Words. They don't just communicate thoughts. They reveal the hidden things in our hearts. They don't just communicate ideas. They create worlds. The mouth and the words we say are a creative force that is not only used all the time, but everywhere we go. Our words are the very essence of how the Creator made us. Join us as we discover the essence of man and the power of speech. Hello, welcome to day 72 of the Essence of Man and the Power of Speech, and this is going to be a pretty good one today, I think. One of my favorites. Light and peace. That's what we're talking about today. Light and peace. From a Jewish perspective, the sages have always taught that if one has to choose between purchasing Shabbos or Sabbath candles or the wine for Kiddush, he must choose the candles. The candles takes precedence. Now the question is why? Because where there is light, there is peace. And where there is darkness, there is fear and evil. In survival training, one of the things that they tell you first, they'll tell you this, the first thing you do is if you are, say, lost or someplace or abandoned out in the woods, the first thing you do, the very first thing you do is make a fire. Now, there are a couple of reasons for this, but the main reason, of course, one is warmth, okay? One is to be able to boil water if you can find it, or cook food if you want it. But the main reason is when a person is by themselves and they're lost in the woods, there's something, this is proven, there's something psychologically that happens to a person, that when they build a fire, they begin to calm down, they begin to think, they begin to find peace. Many people have stated that it was the fire that brought them some sort of comfort. So one of the first things they tell you in survival training is build a fire. Because, again, it provides warmth, and the light provides peace. You're able to see something. You're able to see your surroundings. You're able to know what is around you. You're not just in the dark and don't know what's there and what's not there. And so, where there's light, there's peace. Now, here's the thing. When we speak words that are a blessing, when we speak words of good, and we don't complain, and we don't slander, and we don't lie, and we don't gossip, and all that stuff, what we're doing is we're making the light in us brighter. It shines brighter. The brighter the light, the greater the peace. However, when we speak evil, things get darker. And when things get darker, less peace. Okay? I'm telling you, I am convinced that there is a connection between certain anxiety issues with evil speech. I'm convinced of this. Either it's not confessing sin, or it's things that we are saying about others, or things we are saying about ourselves. that is derogatory. When words of blessing are spoken, light shines, and there is peace. But when evil is spoken, darkness and evil become present, and peace begins to dissipate. Imagine that every time that you have a tendency to speak evil, the inclination, or the desire, or the opportunity, or imagine the very fact that if you begin to speak evil, or listen to someone, I should say, speak evil and gossip, murmur, and complain, every time you listen to it, it is the same equivalent. You're letting the fire in you go out. The light in you is getting dim. Look at truth. Look at praise. Look at whatever things are pure, just, holy, virtue, of good report. Look at all that as firewood that's seasoned, that is able to burn a fire bright and high and large. But look at words that are slanderous, lying, gossip, derogatory. Look at those words as words of like wood that is wet, that refuses to burn, unseasoned wood. And every time you try to throw it on the fire of your relationship with God, it just never lights, it never connects, it never catches the spark. You know, some wood, all you got to do is just get a little spark and you've got an inferno. Sometimes all it takes is just one word. I love you. One little phrase. You know, I'm proud of you. I thank God for you, you know. That is enough spark to kindle a forest fire and cause a light to burn so bright in people's life. But no matter the light that you want to give somebody, their own light goes out on their own because of their own mouth, their own speech. And I think what we failed to remember is it's not just saying it, it's listening to it. You could have a burning inferno for God in your heart. But if you're listening to people murmur and complain and gossip and just tear other people down and want to talk about bad things all the time, all you're doing is allowing them to put the fire in you out. And it will rob your peace. Where there's no light, there is no peace. Period. No way around it. Where there's no light, there's no peace. And as a result, you can't be the witness you need to be when there's no light in you and no peace. Now again, not just speaking it, listening to it. Okay? Listening to it. There's a lot of people living in darkness and they're afraid. And all they have to do is start a fire. And they'll begin to feel that warmth, and they'll begin to feel that peace. They'll begin to feel hope. And how does that happen? your mouth and your ears, what you say and what you listen to. If you're constantly feeding yourself the news media, man, you're going to be depressed. And not only that, the source of your well is going to be whatever comes out of that organization. Let the source of your well be the things of God, not things of the media and the gossip of other people and this and that and the other and the conspiracies and all that. Let your light so shine to men that it may be glorying to God. And the only way you can do that is guard your mouth and guard your heart, guard your ears. Don't let corrupt communication come in, and don't let corrupt communication go out. For in it is the issues of life, light, and truth. So, what's your goal today? Keep the fire burning, man. Keep the fire burning. Hey, we'll see you next time on The Essence of Man and the Power of Speech.